What's up, everyone? It's Charles here with Rocket Punch Army to do another KO review. Today's KO is the MP-19 Cybertron Diversionary Tactician Smokescreen, which is based off the Nissan Fairlady 280 ZT. The T for Turbo. This review comes courtesy of the guys over at tfdirect.com, where you can purchase this and also the original. So normally I start off by comparing the two boxes. I decided not to for this one because you can definitely almost tell this is a KO box if you're familiar with the regular Takara ones. For one, the pictures are kind of dark. The blues look very purpley. They do look blue on camera, but I'm looking at them right here. They actually are more on the purple side, which is pretty much a dead giveaway. Other than that, the bottom of the box does look really good. The back here also looks kind of darkish, the pictures. So if it looks kind of blurry or darkish, that's the way to distinguish between the real one and the KO, so that way those that are looking to buy the original will know whether they're paying good money for an original or just getting ripped off with a KO. Because if it's a KO, you should not be paying a lot for this. So make sure you buy from a reputable place like tfdirect.com. They label KO and original as such. So we're going to go ahead and open this up. Alright, inside the box you get the usual color instructions. Again, they will look scanned, a little blurred, little offset on some of the printing here. You'll see some double vision type letters. It might just be on mine, but you will be able to tell that it's scanned. All right, and then you also get the cardboard spec sheet here, which actually looks pretty good. Usually they're really blurry. On my specific example, it actually looks really good. And then you got the actual figure in the tray. Just so you know, I have taken this out and had the pleasure of playing with this, and I do say pleasure because this is probably my favorite of the three Nissan KOs, and probably I don't know if it's the detailing of the car, but it just feels the most solid. Not that the other ones don't feel solid, but this one just feels so complete and so good. As a matter of fact, it was so good that something on it was already upgraded, and I'm going to go ahead and show you that right now. But first we'll obviously look at the vehicle. But here it is. It's absolutely beautiful. Just as beautiful as the Takara. This example has no kind of mess-ups anywhere. I'm shining all the paint on it. It just looks absolutely stunning. All the tampo printing is sharp. All the paint is very well done. About the only kind of weird thing I see is right here. It's not a very defined line between the blue and the white. It's a little bit of a mess up, but I'm going to show you something on my Takara later, the original Takara, which happens to have a mess up there too. But other than that, everything is razor sharp. All the blue here, the white, the red, it's incredible, really well done. The wheels roll freely, just really nice. You got the little rubber mirrors as a lot of the older Japanese cars do. But what I noticed is only one side is rubber and this side's plastic. That is weird. Don't know why that is, but I just noticed that. Which is a little strange. Again, details very nice. If we look underneath the car, we see all the robot bits just as you would on the original, but you'll notice the hands look kind of weird. That's the upgrade I'm talking about, which we're going to check out when it's in robot mode. But I'm also going to put the original hands back on so you know what the original hands are like with the regular weapon, so that way it's a fair review. And in case you guys were wondering if you can pop the gun on there, you sure can. You just have to flip out this little piece here and make sure that works the same way it's supposed to as the original. Pop that back down, and this has to be folded in. Alright, so it does work just like the original. Just having a little bit of trouble with my sausage fingers here. There you go. So you can actually put the gun on as you would the original. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and transform this guy into robot mode. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and transform him, not necessarily in the order the instructions say, just the way I want to do it. Alright, pretty straightforward transformation, very fun. One of my favorite Transformers to mess around with. I thought I liked Sideswipe, but this is really, really cool. Alright, so a little bit of dead air there, sorry. But yeah, like I said, the transformation is really nice. It's amazing how they can just engineer this stuff so well. Alright. Now the figure does have nice tight joints, as you'll notice as I'm doing it. Not a lot of stuff flopping around. Actually, nothing's flopping around. So it is very well made. Just got to fix these feet here, pull out. There's some bits I usually forget to do here, like the side mirrors. Always forget to fold them under the hood. Hopefully I won't forget to do that here. And spin this around. Bring the arms out. Now the head. Alright, and I told you I forget these things. I had to come back and redo this section of the video because I forgot to fold in these little fender panels with the mirrors. Bring the arms or the shoulders up this way, bring this chest piece out a little bit, snap the top right in there, and just adjust the arms here, right, and then bring the doors up on an angle. This piece gets folded in. These blue pieces come out to the front, and then it joins up here on these tabs. Nice firm fit there. And then you got to put the shoulder guns, which slide in, and they're keyed for each side. You just want to slide the blue piece in while this goes over the back of the hood, just like that, and do the same for the other side. And then you're done. Here is KO Smokescreen, right? And his little gun here. Now, there's a review for me putting the hands on if you want to check it out. But this, at least you can see that the figure does transform with these hands, all right, which are the articulated hands, which I totally recommend. I can't believe they make hands this small which are fully articulated. But to make the review fair, we are going to put the original hands back on just to see how they cooperate with the gun. Alright, so here he is with the original hands. The original hands aren't too bad. They're nicely sculpted, but they're not articulated. So if that's a big deal to you guys, you can always get those articulated hands I showed you. Otherwise, these are not too bad. They even have the little index finger slightly moved so that it does look like there's some articulation there, even there is nothing besides these four fingers just folding together. So as you can see, the inside of the hand has a tab where the gun theoretically should tab into and hold. Alright, so we're going to see if that works. Alright, so it does work. The gun actually stays in the tab. It's got a nice friction fit there, but of course you can always wrap the fingers around just to secure it and make it look more official. Now comes time for comparison. We're going to set the KO right here, grab my Takara, and put it right here. And I gotta say, I mean, the KO is beautifully done. They're just beautiful figures overall. I don't want the beautifulness of it to bias my review, but the KO is excellently done. You gotta give them props for the amount of masking and tampo printing that they have to do, and they did a great job. Major differences I notice is just the Autobot logo has thicker lines in the KO, and the Takara seems to have a thinner line, although one of the ears on the Takara one is chopped off on a corner, which sucks if you're really looking at it. As far as the tampo printing, like the logo, sponsor logos, they do seem a little more bolder on the original. And if we look at the smoke tactics, pretty much identical. And the wheels, I didn't even compare the wheels. The wheels seem to be a little smoother finish on the actual rims themselves. The silver, a little more grainy on the KO, but well done. Also, the KO has bigger tread markings than the Takara. But the paint is just spectacular on both. Now the KO red is a little more on the, I wouldn't say orangey side, but it's a little duller than the Takara. The Takara is like a Ferrari red looking thing. You can probably see it here in camera, although I know reds are not that great on my camera. But you'll see it's a little more duller, not noticeable if you're not putting them together side by side, but overall very, very well done. Now I did mention the KO had a little roughness going on right here, which isn't too bad. It's not too noticeable. And the Takara actually on that same spot has a little bit of a mess up. Right behind Huck, there's actually a brush mark, a white brush mark that it looked like they put too much paint on the brush mark, so there's a little bumping there. It's kind of hard to see. But yeah, even Takaras have mess ups, although the edge is a little more defined. This one, the white is nice, but the transition from the blue to the white is not as sharp as the Takara. Now, before we wrap it up, I just wanted to know how many of you guys noticed that I did forget the panels here, so I had to go back in the transformation, as you saw, to re-edit that part. But here he is with the panels properly stowed away. So overall, very happy. This is my favorite one. The box is probably the most KO looking, and even still it's not that bad. This is by far my favorite, and I think, in my opinion, best made KO Nissan. Like I said, the box quality is a little bit lacking, but it's still a nice box quality for those of you that care about that stuff. But definitely a little easier to distinguish now with the darker colors and the purples, to distinguish that from a original. So hopefully nobody will get ripped off. So they're great for customizing or doing whatever you want without having to mess up an expensive original. If you're interested in getting the KO or the original, please visit tfdirect.com. Link is down below. If you're enjoying the videos, please subscribe for more. And if you have any questions or comments, leave them below. I'll try and get back to you guys as soon as possible. Until next time, guys, bye-bye.